So I hope y'all didn't think I wasn't coming back by Leo season. I hope y'all thought out of all of the seasons of the year, out of all the birthday months, that I wasn't coming back by Leo season. Let me tell you, I done been through a lot, but thank God I don't look like what I've been through. And I want to thank all of y'all for the last video that I posted where I did break down, and all of the love, the comments, the emails have been so heartwarming. And yes, I'm doing better. Yes, I'm feeling better. No, I'm no longer in Texas. I'm back in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. But I am doing great. My spirits are improved. I'm feeling better. And I'm just so grateful and thankful to all of y'all and y'all being concerned and really, really showing me love. So thank you. But of course, out of all the times of the year, I'm coming back during the season. So let's hop right on into it. I want to see what's going on with y'all. I will let you know as I'm shuffling, there are going to be some major changes to this channel and potentially some merch coming out, some things that I think would be really helpful and beneficial to not only the channel but for you guys. So stay tuned on that. That's later down the line. But I want to get into this. I want to see flabbergasted. Something about you, you're feeling flabbergasted. Something's catching you off guard, but it's not unexpected. This is something that you expected. What's coming to my mind is like the China dolls, right? When you lift up one China doll, there's another, then another, then another. It's like, dang, I knew that, but I didn't know it was going to be this. It's like you know one layer already, but then that's scratching the surface. When you go underneath the surface, you find a whole different situation, reasoning, understanding of something that you did not have initially. Then it's bringing me into politically correct. I don't know if it's you, Leo, or the people around you, whether it is trying to keep it cute, trying to not rock the boat, trying to save face. It almost reminds me of somebody who has a lot to say, but instead of saying it, it's like, you know what? I'm not even going to go into that. You know what? I don't want to say how I'm really feeling. Just to keep the peace. I don't know, maybe you feeling like this with your coworkers, family members, a relationship partner. Let's see what's going on. Y'all know how I start getting into the channeling before I even pull anything out. Let's see what's happening with Leo. What do they need to know? We have the Eight of Pentacles coming right out for you. We have the Queen of Cups coming out for you. We have the Six of Cups. This is beautiful energy. Mama Goose. Somebody views you as very motherly or nurturing, even if you are a masculine energy. Maybe you just look out for your friends, your homeboys. It's like you're somebody that's reliable. You're somebody that others can count on. Maybe you are the go-to person in your friend group. Maybe you are the one who is the go-to in the family. Maybe even in your relationship, how you nurture that relationship or their partners. The Hierophant. Wow. Tell me what else? And the Five of Cups. No more tears for you. I'm not saying that you've literally been crying. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. But you've changed your beliefs. You changed your ideologies. If I go back to this politically correct thing that I'm getting the energy of, maybe this is you evolving or maturing. Where normally you may have engaged or would engage, especially if your life is in a position where you feel fragile or you feel vulnerable, right? Sometimes, like they say, when your money is feeling funny, you ain't feeling all the way together. Or sometimes when you feel like you're in an unstable situation, you are easily triggered because your senses are heightened. It's hard for you to regulate your nervous system. So any little thing somebody says, get slick, get smart. Even if it's our partners and they may not mean it in that way, it's like we can easily react. We can easily feel some way. You're not allowing yourself to be triggered. So maybe this politically correct thing may be coming across that way, but I don't think that's the case. I think your beliefs on what you give your time, attention, and energy to has changed. My only concern for you here, Leo, is being mindful that people aren't holding you to the old version of you, because you've walked away from that. You've cried, you've mourned, you've grieved, or even you may have sat in isolation and silence and processed internally what is best for me as I'm evolving and growing, especially in your birthday season. Who am I becoming as a man or a woman? What suits me? What doesn't? What needs to go and what needs to stay? And I think because of these beliefs changing, your core values are changing. Your standards are changing. There's a new level of dignity when it comes to you. There's some things you can go for and there's other things you ain't going for, if that makes sense. But I feel like you've been in some way, in a very vulnerable, you've been in a vulnerable or fragile space. I don't think it's just emotionally. For some of you, it's not emotionally at all. For some of you, it really is your tangible reality. So maybe your money, your job, your career, even your relationships. Now, because you are in the process of healing that inner child, you're going within and you're reaching into that inner Leo, that child Leo that may have not received the nurturing from your father, the nurturing from your mother. Maybe you were a child that may have felt ignored or you didn't feel validated. Maybe people projected onto you as a kid. Maybe you didn't have somebody witness or notice the little you in those times where you were hurting, the times where you needed love, the times where you needed support. Maybe for some of you, you could have had support financially, but not emotionally as a child. Maybe your parents may have provided stability, but they didn't give you emotional security. Maybe you grew up with emotionally unavailable parents, or if they were there emotionally, maybe you didn't have the resources in full of what you truly needed. There's some kind of lack that goes back to your childhood that still lives within you in the subconscious plane, that today as a grown adult, you're going in and you're realizing that little you has been crying out in silence. And because of the life situations and circumstances that you've been through, and I go back to the phrase, thank God I don't look like what I've been through. I say that to you, Leo. The things that you've gone through, I don't know if you're coming out of a breaking point with that. Let me see with this Five of Cups. Why is this here? This Five of Cups with Leo. The Four of Pentacles. Wow. You've been through some things that you've had to hold in silence, and I still think there's some things that that is so deeply ingrained that goes back to your childhood that even trying to pull it up would put you in a position of reliving those emotions, reliving those experiences, where it's like, okay, I'm such and such age, or you know what, I'm so many years removed. What happened has happened. Yes, it affected me, but I don't want to continue to cry or feel sorry or even just relive what happened. I have to move forward. Again, this new standard, this new belief that you are holding yourself to is bringing me back to what maybe you didn't or did not receive as a child. And now in your relationships moving forward, or when it comes to the things that you are wanting to get out of life, it's like you're not allowing those things to hold you back where they may have held you back subconsciously. Let's say, for an example, maybe you grew up with emotionally unavailable parents, so as an adult, it allowed you to attract emotionally unavailable partners because that's what you're used to, even though you really wanted love, but you didn't know how to receive it. So you would still attract what you received in your childhood. And you may have done the work or really did that inner introspection to see, hold on, little Leo didn't get that love. And now I understand why I've attracted the partners that I've attracted. And I don't want to go back to my childhood and feel those feelings anymore because I can't do anything about it. It happened. It's over with. I don't want to relive the past. All I can do is create a new day and move forward. But yet, don't get me wrong, I think there's still a little remnant of that I don't think it stings, but you just never forget. You just don't really forget. I think this is carrying you forward. I hope this makes sense. Tell me more. Why is this Eight of Pentacles here? The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a lot of material energy here. Maybe somebody has gone through a financial hardship, a loss, a divorce. I mean, there's so many different ways you can lack stability. I know personally. You know, I ain't above y'all, I ain't below y'all. We on the same playing field. I know this energy personally. Somebody is lacking in some type. Maybe you're trying to rebuild your finances. Maybe you just got hired and put on to a new job, so you're feeling good about it. You're trying to rebuild, but it still triggers some type of insecurity. No, I don't want to say insecurities. That's not the word. It still triggers some type of subconscious wounds of like, oh, I gotta hustle and bustle, or I gotta rebuild my finances. I gotta reclaim my financial power. And it stems back to, again, the early childhood of you. Maybe you grew up in poverty. Maybe you grew up without having really what you wanted. Maybe you just had enough. Maybe you had enough food, just enough clothing, just enough shelter. but you didn't have enough to be fully comfortable as a child. Maybe you didn't have enough to feel fully secure. Even if you had all of the bells and whistles, maybe you didn't have the security of your parents, the love or the emotional support. Maybe you didn't have the stable environment, and whatever financial setback you went through, maybe whatever loss you went through, even if it was a relationship, something that was tangible, it's like knocking on the door of you as a child when you went through this. Because this Five of Cups is in the reverse. So you're coming out of this energy or you're already out of this energy. But that little Leo is knocking on your door and saying, hey, what you just went through, what we just went through is triggering me. And that's why your beliefs is changing, because you refuse not only yourself to be triggered anymore by what you went through, because you can't change your past, you can only create a new reality, which you're doing, but you're not allowing other people to trigger you or bring you back. So this is taking me back to how I was talking about being politically correct. There may be people in your environment, circumstances, and situations that may re-trigger childhood wounds for you. But I see you moving, grooving, and thriving past that. And again, if this actually comes back into your money situation, you're building on that. Anything else? Anything else? Why is this Hierophant here? The Knight of Swords in the reverse. And one more. The Three of Wands in the reverse. Emperor on the bottom. I feel like this is you. Oh, and the Nine of Cups and the Sun in the reverse right underneath that. It almost feels like not knowing if this day would come. That's what I'm saying. If I go all the way, let's take this back to the beginning of this video. If I take it all the way back to how I was talking about flabbergasted. Like, you already know the surface layer, but you didn't know what was coming underneath that surface layer. So let's say if you got hired into a new job, you already knew the benefits, the cons and the pros, but you may have not known that it was going to come with like maybe extra bonuses or paid for trips or whatever it may be. It's like you see the surface, but you didn't know what was underneath. But whatever this is that is around your beliefs that are changing prior to adapting these new beliefs, maybe we were mentally scattered. Maybe we were dealing with anxiety. Maybe we were dealing with stress. I think about a chicken with its head cut off trying to cross the road, not knowing which way to go. That's what it may have felt like. Maybe you were all over the place, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically scattered. Just scattered. What do I do? How do I handle this? And again, this takes me back to your little you, your child you. Because being in that state of mind was triggering the little you inside of you because, again, of a lack that you did not get as a child. That now, as an adult, you are responsible for you and you are responsible for healing you. You, in the process of doing such, resetting your standards and your boundaries, resetting your beliefs, not even boundaries, resetting your beliefs. Not knowing when it's going to come, not knowing when change is going to happen, not knowing, just feeling like you're having to wait, like just with a chicken with its head cut off. After a while, and excuse my language, please excuse my language, it feels like a person being sick and tired of being sick and tired of their own shit. Because this Emperor is like, okay, I got to do something. So maybe somebody saw value in you while you were the chicken with the head cut off, anxiety, trying to figure out what to do, where to go, how to handle something. And it's like almost, I don't want to say out of thin air, but somebody being able to be a part of your walk and say, hey, I see you. Hey, I value you. Hey, we want to hire you. Hey, I would like to be with you. Hey, I would like to grow with you. Hey, I would like to invest into you. Invest into your business. Invest into who you are. Maybe this could have even been you feeling that way about you, but I don't know. This feels like a little bit something external to you, this Emperor. This feels really external to you. Because even when you look at this card, you can see kind of the sun that is representing the Emperor's face. This is somebody who When it's like when you see somebody, they're able to see through you in a way that maybe you weren't seen as a child. You may have not been seen by your peers. You may have not been seen by your colleagues, your friends, or your romantic partners. This is somebody seeing your essence. This is somebody seeing your core. This is somebody seeing you and truly believing in everything that you are. This is somebody that is wanting to vouch for you, has vouched for you, or will vouch for you because they know how great you can be, how far you can go. It's just a matter of being able to believe and know that within yourself. This is where I say whoever this is may have came in during a time where, again, you were running around like a chicken with its head cut off, dealing with anxiety, stress, being overwhelmed, feeling overloaded, feeling overburdened, feeling overtaxed. And it's like in the midst of that, somebody sees your essence. Somebody sees your essence. I keep wanting to do this with my hands. Somebody's coming into some money. And I don't know, it's just a weird thing. It's like somebody's coming into some money. Somebody's coming into some money. I feel it. So maybe this is somebody who saw your value and hired you. Maybe this is a partner who sees your value, and because maybe they're financially stable, they're able to financially support you. Maybe this is a business of yours that you are starting up or got going on, and somebody comes in as your first customer, your first client, your first investor, and they say, hey, I see what you got going on, and I value that, so I want to support through investing in you. You're rebuilding back up to the 10 of Pentacles, and if you have not touched the 10 of Pentacles in your lifetime yet, this is what you're striving towards. Don't give up on yourself, and I know you won't. You're Leo. You know, I don't care how many times you get down, you're going to get up that 10th time. Anything else? I don't mean to make this long, Leo. I'm sorry, I'm kind of on a roll here. Anything else? The King of Swords. The Empress in the reverse. Ace of Wands. What's the after effect of this, though? The Page of Pentacles. I almost want to ask you, hypothetical, it wouldn't be a hypothetical question, but I kind of want to ask you, who shot you down? I don't think this is necessarily self-imposed, Leo. I don't think this is necessarily self-imposed. I think this is somebody prior to the situation that I'm talking about who did not see your value. Maybe this was a job that let you go. Maybe this was a partner who became cold, distant. They disconnected and detached from you. And that may have questioned your value. Maybe this is somebody who found value in somebody else or has other things going on, so they can't give you what you deserve and desire. So even though they may see value in you, they can't take action to prove that they see value in you, right? I think about people who are married or in other relationships. Yeah, they may see that value, but they can't fully act on it because of their circumstances. Whatever this is may have shot you down, killed a bit of your self-esteem, or made you feel a bit insecure, less confident than you normally are. This could have been a part of this Five of Cups in the reverse, because whatever this is that shot you down, this Page of Pentacles take me back to your childhood. Something that you are having to unlearn from your childhood. Something that you're having to unlearn about beliefs. Something that you're having to unlearn about how you were raised, right? Whether it's by nature or by nurture. Whatever that is ingrained in the psyche has to go. But I think in your adulthood, you've dealt with situations that reinforce those beliefs that you are having to unlearn about yourself, others, or your own value. This circumstance that you have dealt with prior to where you are at right now just again reinforced a belief or a certain way you were raised or a certain mindset that made you feel either less than, not good enough, not valued, or not seen for your true essence. And that's why I bring it back to right now, somebody seeing your essence and how important and how much you're valuing that, but how much they're valuing you. Because you feel like prior to this, I don't want to say invisible, but it's like you're wanting to be seen for you. You're wanting to be seen for all that you are. And you may have not felt that way. So let me wrap this up. We're going on 20 minutes. I'm so sorry, Lee. I don't mean to keep y'all here all day. I know y'all got stuff to do. Tell me for Leo, as we're rolling through their birthday season, what is the outcome of this situation that they're going through, dealing with? Jeez. Excuse me. We have the Magician. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse. We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Knight of Cups. Ooh, I love this. I love this for you, Leo. You know why I love this? I don't want to say you can't trust the people around you. I don't want to make those assumptions about you. That's not my place. I will tell you, however, this feels like you are keeping something very close guarded to your chest until you are comfortable with bringing it to the surface. So whoever this is that is seeing your essence or seeing your value in you, you may not want gossip around this. Because that gossip may trigger, again, what we've been talking about, these subconscious wounds or thoughts that you are having to unlearn. You are setting a new standard and you are setting a new boundary for yourself. And having other people involved, you don't want their energy surrounded about it because you don't want them to change your mind, or you don't want to be swayed by other people's opinions. You don't want their fears and their traumas and their worries or their envy or their jealousy to be absorbed by you, and now you're taking that on because they're putting how they feel about they're putting how they feel about your situation onto you because they're coming from their perspective of negative energy. Maybe you don't feel comfortable with sharing whatever this is until everything is signed and sealed, or everything is fully locked in, because you don't want to introduce something half-assed and then it doesn't fully fall through. And then you don't want to have to deal with the backlash from others, their conversations, their whispers, their talks, gossip about it. Because this is something that's sensitive to you. This is something that's vulnerable for you. You are coming out of a vulnerable space. And like they always say, can I get one for the choir? Protect your energy, right? That's what this feels like. So I love this, Leo. You are protecting your energy. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to double down and stand 10 toes on it. Don't tell nobody shit about this. Excuse my language. I hate that I keep cussing, but you know me. I get a little, I get in there with y'all. Don't tell nobody about this. Keep it to yourself. If you need to vent, if you need somebody to talk to about this new transition or this new beginning, or this person that is seeing value in you, seeing your essence, maybe something around the situation may not be the most accepted, if you will, by some. Maybe the situation itself, as where it is right now, is kind of nebulous a little bit. It's not fully locked in, so you don't want other people to be like, oh, what's she doing, or what he doing, or y'all, you just don't want that. Something about your situation, though, whoever's seeing your essence, something about it doesn't feel fully secured as of yet. Something about it feels like there's some pieces here that other people may not agree with, or they would gossip about, they would talk shit about, whether it's to you or to other people behind your back and you not know. Maybe depending on how good this opportunity is, or the person that's seeing your essence is, you may not feel comfortable to share it because you may feel like the people around you may try to come in and steal that from you, take it from you, try to shoot their shot at what you're trying to shoot your shot at, and you kind of already have in play, you already have in line, and because it's not fully secured, it's still in a very vulnerable, very fragile state. So until it's fully locked in, you don't feel the most open about it, and that's okay. You have the right to your discretion, you have the right to your privacy, and don't feel guilty about it. If you gotta, I'm not gonna tell y'all to lie. I ain't gonna tell y'all to lie. But sometimes, and I'm gonna just keep it real because it's life, sometimes you gotta lie by omission. Sometimes you gotta omit some information if that means protecting your peace. Sue me. Magician, really quick. And the Knight of Cups, come on. It's coming. It's the Knights, this water energy is making things a little nebulous, which is, again, letting me know that there's either something around this that isn't fully, either locked in, or something about it may seem a little bit, by other people, where it's like, why is Leo doing this? But no, you're on it. Knight of Cups being here, this comes to pass. This is actually going to work out for you and work out in your favor. I would just say, keep it to yourself. Protect your energy, protect your peace. Leo, I feel like this reading was all over the place. I feel like I did 3 different readings in one reading, but I've been gone from y'all since April, so I got a lot of backload of energy that I need to get out for y'all. So I'm sorry, some of it came all out at once, but I'm here. I can't wait for the next one. And again, there is going to be some changes to the channel, so we are going to expand. Well, it's just me and other people. I'm going to expand the channel a little bit here, so that way there's more for y'all to digest from me. But I'm back. Love y'all. Hope y'all are well.